Convo. Welcome back to Candid Conversations with Carmen. I'm your host, Carmen. This is my side host,
Ashley.
and our wonderful producer, T-nugget.
T-nugget.
And on today's episode, we're going to keep it, it's going to be another, what do you call it, one-on-one conversation. But T-Nuggets also has a mic today, so he may chime in. It's just going to be us, no guests, but we have some exciting guests lined up for the remainder of the season. We may have a couple more of you, just us, but for the most part, we have some guests coming.
To go back to the olden days when we
Mm-hmm.
first got started, it was just the two of us.
T-Nugget was on it too.
I know he was on it, but I mean, he was on the
have a
camera
mic.
No, he never. Yeah, he was on camera.
for a minute, and then he just suddenly jumped off.
Yeah, I think he said he didn't want to be on camera anymore. Anyway, we digress. We don't want to use valuable episode time for this. So today's topics.
Conversation.
A normal conversation. Yeah, all over the place. But no, for today's episode, I know we had some discussions beforehand, and we were like, what are we going to talk about? And one thing is that me, Rachel, and Troy were having a conversation the other day, and I came in the room and I was like, what do y'all want to do with y'all's lives? Or what do you want out of your future? Or something like that was the general gist of the question.
Mm-hmm.
You were not here, so I would love to pose that question to you to say, what do you want out of life?
And before you answer that, I want to add to it and say, not just what do you want out of life, but like based on even the end. It's the end of the year.
Yeah.
You've seen how your year has gone. You have seen a lot of stuff happen. Like, how does that add to what your answer is going to be? So yeah, you can go.
This has been a very interesting year for me. Just all the way around. So I was talking to Mom earlier today, just going into like the ending of my doctoral program and getting started and getting ready for that to be coming to an end. So I'm looking forward to that. And I was like, I started this out to get a hat. And now I'm just ready to be finished.
Yeah.
But but it really has been a year of progression, and I'm like, God, I just really want to continue in that progression and to keep you to allow me to keep moving in the direction that you want me to. I don't want to be in me and in the places that I want my wants and desires to align with his wants and desires for me. And so that is kind of where I am right now. And so, the majority progression for me is just really trying to get to that space. And this year has been a different year for me as well, because I just cut out a lot of stuff and then just focus mainly on reading my word and listening to Christian music, and that's about where I'm at right now. I don't have anything else that I be doing.
And what you want to do, you're just like, for the Lord to just give you direction.
Give me direction, because I was also like, even in my job and stuff, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, and I've been really excited about some of the projects and things that I've been working on. But at the same time, there's so much other things that I want to be doing as well. So I'm like, God, I just, take me where you want me to be.
Yeah.
And so, you?
Once we get off live, I'm gonna tell y'all something that has been on my mind. It's totally separate. Y'all are gonna laugh. But how I want it from the future, I don't know. And that was what I was telling them. I was like, I am at a place. I was like, well, where do I see myself going, or what do I want to like achieve? Or I was like, I genuinely don't know. It's like I'm living my life and I'm doing, what's needful in each day. But I'm like, Lord, I don't know. I'm like, I know I want to do something different, but what that thing is, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what the change needs to be. I don't know where my passions lie. I was like, I don't know.
You should go into comedy.
No, no, no. When you're trying to be funny is
Mhm.
when when I would be like
I'm not funny
crickets.
anymore.
Yeah, I
Mm.
don't want to lose my gift. Um, no, but I was just like, I really genuinely don't know, and
Mhm.
I was like, it almost makes you take a step back because you're like, wait a minute, how can I not know? Like, what does that mean for my future? Like,
But we've been here before, when we've had these
yes,
conversations in the past, and we were
right,
like, where would we want to be, and what we have to do. You don't feel like you've progressed past those places where you were like you really didn't have any ambition to not. I don't want to say not ambition,
yeah,
but you weren't looking forward to anything. You didn't have any expectations or anything. Now, I don't feel like that's who you are now. I feel like you do have expectations and
yeah.
desires of things. I think you just need to sit down and sit in it and really think about it.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same either. I was gonna go on that same sentiment. I don't think it's the same because when we were like, what, season one, when we
Yeah.
were just audio and we were talking about it, and I
Hmm.
was like, oh gosh, I don't think I have any dreams.
Yeah.
It was different than, I don't have any dreams with my life.
Yeah.
It's not that,
Hmm.
and even though I wasn't feeling hopeless then, but
No.
it has a tone of kind of
Hmm.
sad on top of that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that. I genuinely feel like I just don't know what that thing is.
Hmm.
Cause like I had some plans for some things, and I was like, okay, let me finish, typing my little thing out and get some things in order for this. And I was like, I don't even know if I want to do that anymore. But I'm like, was it a desire that I wanted all along? Is this something that the Lord just wants me to do? Like, I don't know. And so I'm like, I don't know what the future holds in the sense of any like in any aspect of my life. Like I can't see it. You know how when you're younger, you're like, when I grow up, I'm gonna have this, that, and the other. And even if it's abstract and totally ridiculous,
Hmm.
it still gives you something that you're looking forward to. And you're like, I
Hmm.
want to do this thing. Or when you're in school, you're like, okay, I'm aiming, like you were saying, I want to be done. But
Hmm.
you're still working to that end goal.
Hmm.
It's like when you're alive and you're just living, it's like I know there should be more that I'm striving after, maybe, but I'm like literally going to work, fellowshipping with people that I like, and you know, and that's the
Hmm.
extent of it. And so it's like, what should I be doing something different? And that was why I was like, maybe I need to be giving my time, giving some of that extra time to some things that the Lord had me do, whatever it is. I don't want to say fill that time, but appropriately utilize the time that I have. But I don't know for like a long term future state kind of thing.
I think about that because I had really gotten into watching podcasts and things before I
Mhm.
took my little break off of watching anything and listening to anything other than the word and Christian music. And one of the things that's I was watching their different people's podcasts and the things and the topics that they were talking about, and they were so knowledgeable about different things and
Mhm.
different topics. And I was like, I feel like I'm knowledgeable about a lot of things. At the same time, I also was getting to the place of why does it even matter?
Yeah.
Like you have all of this knowledge, you have all of these things that you can talk about and discuss. You can know so much about different topics. You can be talking about other people and their decisions on what they do, and you can be in this place of looking, and I was like, I'm such a consumer of content. And but is this content edifying me and enough to
Mhm.
build me up to move into the next or to do something else? And then I could watch things on finance and
Yeah.
getting homes and things like that, and how people did different tasks and things like that. And I've seen some things where I've seen people do some different steps and how they gotten to be more structured, and they got to do all these different things, and they've been very successful in those things. And I was like, how do I get to this place?
Yeah.
How do I get to be the people that I see that I want to maybe emulate and to be? And as
Mhm.
I started realizing it, it was like really constantly being in a place of what God has for me, and the path that He has for me may not look like everybody else's path. So the
Yeah.
things that I'm walking in, the things that He is allowing me to be able to get the experiences of,
Mhm.
that's my life,
Yeah.
and that's going to take me on the journey of where I need to be. I don't necessarily know where that's going to end up and how that's going what that's going to look like, but it's like step by step everything that I'm that I'm doing, it's like, okay, God, I see this. You have me getting into this place, and I'm going to this place, and I'm moving into this thing, and I'm getting new opportunities offered to me. And then it's like being able to make the right decision in those things. And sometimes I'm like, I think I might have made the wrong decision. I think that might not have been the right choice. And then it's like, God, if I did make the right choice, help me to correct it and get into a place where I'm back in alignment to where you would have me to be. And I'm not trying to be vague. That's just how it is. It's like any decision, it's like it could be as simple as, should I wear this shirt to work today?
Yeah.
And the outfit looks, you be like, I think I'm just gonna wear it. And you go, and then you see yourself at the end of the day, and you are like,
You realize your shirt was transparent. Yep.
or you had some bunched up pants on. Like it just, it can go either way.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it is with, and thinking about where I want to be and how I see myself. So I think that. Troy?
Oh, I told. The funny part about this is I was talking to Carmen and Rachel, and I was like, simply healthcare. I said I would like to have a new healthcare plan.
Yes.
Like just
He's like health insurance.
Health insurance going into 2025.
Yeah.
Rachel is gonna say, you don't want to get into that. You don't want to get into that. They shooting people in that.
That's literally what she said. She said, you don't know, because she said the guy who just
Yeah.
got hurt.
Yeah.
Well, he died, actually. She said that guy, she was like, you don't want to get into that industry. And he was like, I said, he doesn't want to get into the industry. He literally wants health insurance, not to get into that. She was like, oh, I didn't know you meant not in the industry. It was hilarious.
But no, I summed it up.
Not his passing, her saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just saying, just to myself, I was like, let's keep it simple. Like, what is the real main thing? Because I have health insurance now, but I don't want to be without it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, let me get a solid plan.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about that. And I know God's going to handle that situation. Like, I'm not really stressed that much about it.
Yeah.
But you've been thinking about it.
Yeah, because you have to think about those things, especially because Mommy looked at my bills from when I was in the hospital, and she was like, Troy, you can't be without health insurance, because it was like, what, close to $100,000 for when I was in the hospital. So I was like, yeah, that health insurance really be helping
too much.
But nonetheless, I was just saying it's just can be simple as health insurance and stuff like that, because I really don't know where the next step for me is. There's so many things that are just like on my mind that I'm like, what should I put my time towards? What shouldn't I do? What should I be doing? And then that's why I say at the end of the year we should get like a big dry erase board and put it in front of everybody and say, what are some good things that what are some things that you're good at that you don't fully put your time to? For everybody, and if somebody writes that thing down, and then during the year of 2025, you actually explore that more than you have in the past.
I thought you were saying that's not a bad idea the way you just put it, but I thought you said you want them to have a dry erase board and someone else will write what you're good at.
No, I wanted something you can do right about yourself, and the other person can add to it, because you sometimes might not add something that somebody sees in you, and you're like, no, you're really good at this one thing, but you don't really put your foot forward in that. So I'm writing this on your board, and you can choose out of the things, and you pray over it too. But like, this is something that I can actually explore, because I had mentioned me and Carmen's
No, we're not bringing it up. That's nope. Next. What's the next topic?
No, I'm gonna mention.
No, you're not. Do not bring that up on this podcast. Do not bring it up. Next topic.
I do think people have gifts that God has blessed them with that they may have tried to use in a way that was not necessarily glorifying Him, and they got convicted. But I think that I think God can turn that around and use anything for his glory.
Oh
So
my
I think
gosh.
you could rework what y'all already have done and turn it around to make it,
I don't want to slap the Lord on something that, had a rotten foundation.
That's why I said rework. Like you start
Yeah.
with the base, like the baseline, but just work from there. But think, Francine Rivers.
No, I don't think she started doing a baseline or something like that. But
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying move into that direction.
no. I was thinking, oh my goodness.
Okay, but we
That's too
digress.
funny. That's too funny.
Go ahead, Troy.
You never know, that might be a talent untapped.
But
The
no, I think
potential's there.
yeah, but
Oh
I
my
think
gosh.
what you said about the board that actually like piqued my interest. I think that would be something fun to do, even if we didn't, to get a big board and have it's almost like vision board, but not. It's saying it's a I guess a talent board or gift board for your
With a
Christmas
charcuterie board
for
that
your
you can
Chris
get.
your Christmas presents. Instead of giving gifts, do a gift board and write out your gifts and give those to other people.
Is that the reason for your season?
No, Jesus is the reason for my
I know you're
season.
trying to. I know that you're trying to trigger me. And I won't be triggered. You got me on the last episode. I won't do it.
But no, like that's just one thing that I was just like, that's something, because I'm like, really, I don't know what next year's gonna look like. I know there's a lot of things that I want to do, things that I got into, like start to work, but the Lord's kind of reworking it for me, and I'm like, I don't know if that's something that I still want to do, just based on where I'm at now. Would
Yeah.
it just surely be off of profit, like
Do
to
you
do
think
certain
that the
things?
hyper focus on what we want to do makes it harder to have clarity on what God wants us to do? Because
When
we're
it's
like
actually
looking
needed.
for the feeling of this is what I was meant to be doing, or oh my gosh, this is my passion, and then it's like
Actually,
God is not,
it's been opposite for me a lot of time in recent times. The things that mostly me the things that have mostly made me afraid
Mm-hmm.
have been the things that have been truly a blessing for me. So the things that would put me off or make me want to stop or
Mm-hmm.
make me want to turn around and be like, no, this can't be right because I don't feel secure in this.
Mm-hmm.
Um I don't feel confident in this area, or I don't
Mm-hmm.
feel, and it's not about just feelings, but that that thing is like it's almost terror almost, but
Mm-hmm.
not. It's not to that point, but it's like this thing, but it's like also a directing of this is what I need you to do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost like I don't want to because it's a shaking,
Mm-hmm.
and so I think that has been something that's been a little different for me. It's not been about the good feeling of oh this seems like everything is aligning. It's been more of I'm doing it
Mm-hmm.
terrified, but I'm saying, God, you get the glory, or God, you know reasons why you have me going to this place, or you have me doing different things, and then it's sometimes maybe after the fact or later on that it's like confirmation, like it was confirmation prior to, but then confirmation at the end too.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to like when I went to Madagascar, that was a
Yeah.
thing where I was like, mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that kind of is like what I was saying though, like what I was asking, not saying, was do you think that our hyper focus on trying to say what do I want out of life, what do I want to accomplish, what do I want to achieve or whatnot, puts the focus so much on self that you are looking for the fulfillment feeling, instead of, like you're saying, you're not letting the feelings, because the things that have been helping you to have that fulfillment are the things that were not the what did I want, what did I what was I striving for? What was my ambition about? It
No,
wasn't
sometimes it was.
yeah.
Things that I kind of wanted.
Mhm.
I think those were the things that, like, when you really think about it, there are things that you want that
Mhm.
are easy.
Yeah.
There are things that you want that make sense,
Mhm.
that are in your wheelhouse, that are in your realm of comfortability.
Yeah.
But then there are times when there are things that you want that you feel like are either unachievable or things that are so outside of your scope of influence and scope of life, scope of believability that could ever happen to you, that it's like, okay, I now have to place, and this is where I have been, Lord, I'm putting my weakness into your hands, so
Mhm.
that it makes you make it my strength. And so I think it's not that you're just working on the feelings, because the feelings will have you move away
Mhm.
from some of the things, because sometimes we have our deepest, darkest secrets of the things that we really want, but we would never tell anybody because we don't want nobody to laugh at us. We don't want nobody to be like, that can't happen. And you hear about people say, oh, they told my dreams, and they told me, and they put me down. But sometimes it's like, I don't even want to hear the put down.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna keep it to myself. I'm gonna work for it. But if I don't get it, if I don't have it, or sometimes I'm not gonna even try.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. And it's sometimes the things that you want do align with what God wants for you, but it's so terrifying that it's like terrifyingly outside of your comfort zone,
Yeah.
that you don't even want to do it. If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. I thought that was good. A good answer, I guess,
I
to the
mean,
question.
even to add to that, sometimes, like, even from my perspective, it's like, not that there's, like, if you're scared to do something, like, for me, I'm like, I don't, it's not that I can't, like, see a future or anything like that, but it's like, I'm in this space that I'm in, and I'm okay that I'm here. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know what's the next thing for me, or what's up next, or stuff like that, and I can be like, Lord, show me what's next. And sometimes He be like, I'm not gonna show you right now, I'm gonna
Yeah.
just wait some time before I show you. But it's like, sometimes it's like, there's things that are scary for me, like, that I'm like, I don't really want to do that. Maybe because I'm not as confident in those things.
Mhm.
But it's also like, I don't really even have to do those things that are like the scary things, because I'm just
Yeah.
gonna, live in today, do what I do, and if
Mm-hmm.
it comes my way, then that's what happens. But for the most part, I'm just like, I can not
Yeah.
have to deal with it. I just
Yeah.
can, and it's not even not have to deal with the situation. It's more like, so, like, it's not really present on the docket. Like, it's not
Yeah.
really a main focus, and it's not like I'm hyper fixating on, like, Lord, these are weak areas in my life, go
Yeah.
ahead and fix those things up. It's more so of a, like, I'm just here, you do what you do, I'm not just, you just gonna have to work it out. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else? Trey got anything else for her?
well, not really, just that.
Okay. I don't know how much time we have left, but this whole time I've been sitting here and I wanted to wait to the end of the episode because I didn't want to ask and then just distract people if it was really the truth. Does my shirt look like I have a bacon neck?
What?
Does my shirt look like a bacon neck?
I don't know what
Not
that
really.
means.
I
Okay.
don't.
Troy does.
Have you never seen any of the Hanes
The Hanes
commercials?
commercial when it's like crinkly like bacon in the pan.
Oh
And the
yeah.
man goes on a date and he looks so
Oh yes.
sloppy
Uh huh.
because it has bacon
Because
neck.
he hasn't. It looks like it's stretched.
It
So
looks
you
like
just
it's
put it in the
rippled
dryer.
like a piece of bacon.
Oh, I thought it was because his neck was stretched out.
His neck was. You mean of his shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's because of how it looks.
That's why she was mad with him in that commercial.
He looked sloppy. That's why she
I
was
mean, he
upset.
did. Yes, but I thought it was because his neck of his shirt was so wide.
It was. That was a part of the problem, but it was
Oh.
all mixed together. Anyway, that's all I wanted to ask. I'm glad I don't, because I didn't want to distract the viewers. All right. All right. Do you have anything else before we hop off? All right. Thanks everyone for watching. We will see you in the next one. Bye.